9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
Hi, you guys. Happy Monday. Happy Super Bowl Monday. This is your WWT PR Princess, Stone Cold Elite. All things you need to know about Timeless. Well, the Timeless one. But this is Courtney in the building joining with you today. Just to let you know, the mayor's running a little late, but he will be on later on tonight. And I'm going to help him out with Monday Night Raw tonight. So we do have a good stack card tonight because we're getting ready for the road to Elimination Chamber. Of course, we have some qualifying matches happening tonight. We have the Intercontinental Women's Champion Lyra Valkyria taking on Bayley. We also have Rey Mysterio taking on Logan Paul. We have AJ Styles, CM Punk in the house doing promos. We also have Io Sky and Dakota Kai taking on Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. So we got some good matches in the card tonight, and I'm very excited. And it looks like Raw is starting right now. It's coming to you from Nashville, Tennessee. So as I mentioned, we're kicking it off. We see Rey Mysterio coming in there. He has his match against Logan Paul. So feel free to put in the chat on who do you think is going to win in tonight's qualifying match, Rey Mysterio or Logan Paul, and also in the women's, Lyra Valkyria or Bayley. And there she is, the women's Intercontinental Champion. All right. Hi, DJ Titan. Hello, Lewis. Thank you guys for joining on this edition of Monday Night Mayor. As you mentioned, the mayor will be in shortly, but I'm filling in for when he gets here. But very excited to be with all of you. Normally you would see me on Wednesday nights, but just for today, it'll be Monday night. And also an update, as I mentioned, AJ Styles returns to Raw, and do see he's wearing an Philadelphia Eagles hat. So as I mentioned earlier, but mentioned was I feeling earlier, I am wearing a shirt because my whole family's Eagles fans, so I'm very, very excited. So very excited to follow you. And we're going to start with the Yeet Man, Jey Uso. He's coming in the house with his entrance. How can you not like his entrance? It is pretty cool to see. And I can see Pat McAfee doing the yeet with Michael Cole. It's just crazy. Nice surprise to see Courtney Day. Wasn't thinking we could get a watch along. Yeah, our wonderful mayor hasn't been feeling well, but he was feeling well the end of last week, because I know they did a show last Friday. I was not on, but he's starting to feel a little bit better. So he should be on shortly, as I mentioned. But we are sticking it off with the Yeet Man, the 2025 Royal Rumble winner. He got in the head of he was face to face with Gunther. We saw him in face off with Cody Rhodes. Decision on who he's gonna pick. But I'm very, very proud of him. And I love it when he eats with the kids. It's really, really exciting to see that. If Jay is here, that means Pat gets absolutely. Yes, that is true. Pat McAfee and Michael Cole. Because I know, yep, I'm looking at Pat McAfee. I'm looking at Mr. Pat. Oh, my goodness. And I do like the orange shades. I see Pat McAfee giving the handshake to Michael Cole. Michael Cole looks like he's having such a blast. He seems very comfortable now in doing commentary, which it should be. And I think so too. So if you thought Nashville was crazy, you should have saw Backlash when it was in France. And when everybody was yeeting and the crowd was so loud, you could hear the whole stadium shaking. DJ Titan. Oh, I think you might have met our councilman. So our very own councilman was also sick too, but I know he's starting to feel a little bit better. Normally for watch-alongs, he does NXT. So Tuesday, so for example, the mayor handles Monday Night Raw, councilman handles NXT on Tuesdays, I handle Wednesdays for Dynamite, and of course, our queen bee of WWT, my sister, Honey, handles SmackDown. So just to let you know, DJ Titan, I don't know if the councilman's going to join tonight, but if he is, we shall see, because you don't know who appears on this watch along tonight. So very, very excited to see. France was nuts. I remember for that show, there was a sound warning that was over. Yeah, it was crazy. But let's see what Mr. Yeetman has to say, because he still has to make a decision on who is he going to face at WrestleMania, and we still don't know who's it going to be. Because is he going to challenge Gunther, or is he going to challenge Cody? Oh my goodness. I wouldn't be surprised if he does it one more time, the yeeting. And the fans are chanting it one more time. And they did it again. Oh my goodness. You never get tired of doing the yeet. Never. And he's coming over to the announcer's desk. Oh my God. This is funny. But let's see what Jay has to say. He's doing, oh! And shockingly enough, the world champion Gunther attacks him from behind. Oof. Oh my goodness. Well, hold on, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back for a bit. But yeah, if you haven't missed it, Gunther put a sneak attack in on Jey Uso. Our king is so intimidated of Jey. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because if you think about it, Jey is one of the most over superstars, sells the most merchandise, and all the fans are beloved by him. Like almost everybody is beloved by Jey. And that's what I think, that's with Gunther. But we shall see. Because like I said, we still don't know who Jey is going to face at WrestleMania. But I want to say it's going to probably lean towards Gunther, which is a man he has never faced. I know a lot of people say him versus Cody could be another one, but we shall see. And I think after this beatdown that Gunther gave to Jey, we're going to see a lot of aggressiveness on him. Well, Gunther made a statement. He made a statement. And Gunther is still putting a beating on Jey. Because I'm pretty sure this is going to be, it's not going to be the last time we see these two throughout the night. But as I mentioned, we were kicking things off on Raw with Jay, and thought he was going to talk and interact with the fans, but he got a sneak attack from Gunther. And we still don't know who Jay is going to pick, but the World Heavyweight Champion made a statement. So it's going to be interesting how Jay is going to respond. Going to be very, very interesting. But we got a lot to cover for tonight's Raw. And I would say that's a pretty ultimate heel move. And it's nice to see the aggressive side of... Oh, and we're going to hear from what Jay has to say on the mic. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's official. Gunther, Jey Uso, WrestleMania in Las Vegas. I know people wanted Jay versus Cody, but I feel like this will be really fun to watch because it's kind of like the underdog story in the chase because he's never beaten Gunther. It's kind of similar to what happened last year at WrestleMania where Sami Zayn had a hard time beating Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. So we got our first match announced for WrestleMania in Vegas. And feel free to put in the chat on what you guys' reaction is because the road to WrestleMania is already getting started. But there's one more stop before we get to Vegas, and that is the Elimination Chamber in Toronto. I can never get tired of Pat McAfee. Oh my goodness. But of course we're seeing highlights from last week between the qualifying matches for the Elimination Chamber between Liv Morgan and Io Sky. But right before the match, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez blindsided Io and Rhea Ripley. And Rhea tried to do the right thing during the match, but it cost Io Sky the match where Liv Morgan won by disqualification. So I feel really bad that Io got screwed over in her match, but I really feel bad for Io. And I hope if they do a last chance opportunity for the women's chamber match, I hope Io Sky is in it too. So, but we shall see. We shall see. Still early. Still early, but so far for the women's chamber match, we have Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, and from last week, Alexa Bliss. So it's really shaping up. And we get to hear from Rhea Ripley, who's talking with Kathy Kelly. So Rhea's talking about the remorsefulness, how she feels from last week. So Rhea was talking about a little bit remorseful, but we got to see Io Sky, and she didn't mention that you cost me WrestleMania, but she's still keeping her eyes set on the prize. And right now we have female tag team action. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez taking on Io Sky and Dakota Kai. But feel free to put in the chat on who do you think is going to win this match. Oh boy. Let's see. Made the men's chamber more interesting. That's for WWE Championship shot. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting on who is going to challenge Cody. But if you saw last week on SmackDown towards the end, Solo Sikoa gave a Samoan spike to Cody. So I don't know what that means, but I don't think I want to see anybody from the Bloodline take on Cody Rhodes. I want to see him to get a nice opponent, one-on-one, just somebody at this point. I mean, I don't care if it's like Drew McIntyre or CM Punk. Somebody. All right. Hopefully, Jey Uso beats Gunther for WrestleMania for his title. Yeah, that would be good. Hi, Jeff Mitterling. Thank you for joining on this special edition watch along for Monday Nightmare. Just to let you know, the mayor's running late, but I'm stepping in for a bit until he gets here. So normally I would handle watch alongs on Wednesday night for AEW Dynamite, but I'm filling in just for Monday and excited to be with all of you tonight. So, like I said, we have a tag team match happening right now between Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez taking on Io Sky and Dakota Kai. If I was Charlotte Flair, she could face Rhea Ripley and not Tiffany Stratton or Julia at WrestleMania. Well, Jeff, that's interesting because last week Charlotte visited all the champions. She visited Rhea last Monday. She went into NXT to confront Julia. And then also she visited SmackDown last week with Tiffany Stratton. I think Charlotte will probably make her final decision after this weekend because this Friday night on SmackDown, Tiffany's going to defend her title against Nia Jax. And then also you have Saturday, you have NXT Vengeance, where Julia is going to have to defend her title in a triple threat match between Bayley and Roxanne Perez. So I think after those matches clear up, but I think once we get a little picture on what's happening, I think Charlotte's going to make her decision, but we shall see. But Charlotte will be watching Friday's match against Tiffy and Nia Jax. Thanks for filling in for our mayor. Yeah, the flu has been acting up a little bit crazy over in the West Coast, but I'm always happy to fill in any way I can, and I'm happy to because my schedule has been all over the place today and the next couple days, but I'm very excited to be with all of you this week. Feel free to catch me not only tonight, but feel free to catch my watch along because I will be doing a watch along Wednesday for AEW Dynamite. I thought we were going to do a Tuesday Night Wars, but it looks like AEW's doing a live taping tomorrow and it's going to air on Wednesday at its regular time, which is very smart because they're going to get ready to go to Australia this weekend. I'm also going to do a watch along this Saturday for Grand Slam Australia because the card's looking pretty good, and I think I definitely want to do that. So you'll be getting 2 AEW watch alongs in 1 week. And also because my client, Toni Storm, she's ready to make history, but I'm very excited for that. I know this ain't AEW's only thing that wasn't mentioned earlier was at Harley's concert on Collision and her confronting Mercedes with success. Mercedes ate the bait. Harley, yep, Boza! I made a full prediction on that. It is official. Harley Cameron gets her shot against Mercedes Moné for the TBS Championship. She will be getting her shot in her home country this Saturday. So, Boza, we'll be talking a lot more about that on Wednesday, but I'm very happy Harley is getting her, she's getting her opportunity. But, like I said, we'll be talking a lot more on that when I do my Watch Along on Dynamite this Wednesday. Talk a lot about Grand Slam, but Just wanted to peek in on that and appreciate you doing that. A lot of WrestleMania talk is starting right now. Yeah, Jeff, a lot of it's happening right now. A lot of talk. And we're on the road to WrestleMania. We're on the road. We try to make up all these fantasy bookings and predictions, but we still don't know. And also, I'm looking at the promo here for American Made and the War Raiders for the tag team titles. I know we're seeing the tag team division title cook on SmackDown, but I would like to see Raw take it up a notch. And plus, this could be a really interesting tag team rivalry, the War Raiders versus American Made. I would like to see that. And as somebody that loves tag team wrestling, I would love to. And also, tonight they're defending the World Tag Team titles against the Creed brothers. So this is going to be a very fun match. Feel free to put in the chat who do you think is going to walk away with the tag team title belts. And I think this will be interesting. And I would like to see a rivalry. I want to see the tag team division on Raw kick it up a notch a little bit because SmackDown, they're starting to cook. I don't know if you guys have been watching SmackDown the last couple of weeks, but it's starting to cook. And I kind of wish it was the same for Raw. I really don't want to see another Flair versus Ripley again. Well, DJ Titan, hopefully, because the first match that they had was good. It was really good, and Rhea pinned Charlotte clean to become the new champion. So I don't know what decision Charlotte's going to make, but we shall see. A lot of people have been kind of nudging towards Tiffany Stratton, but we shall see what happens because it's still early, and we're still on the road to WrestleMania. So it's early. Completed the Royal Rumble, and we're just getting ready for Elimination Chamber. But now we're getting ready for tag team match between Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez taking on Io Sky and Dakota Kai. And it looks like these two ladies are just starting the quick offense right out the gate. And I love that. That's what you need to do against a woman like Raquel Rodriguez. Ooh, nice counter by Dakota Kai. And then she makes the tag to Liv Morgan. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky Liv Morgan. I will say she's doing a good job. She's had a very good year, and she is just the master manipulator on things. And just me, Io Sky wants to get her hands on Liv after what happened last week. That's why Io Sky is called the genius of the sky. Liv Morgan's taking some offense to Io Sky. Let's see. Warning, they just said the last qualifier, Raquel Rodriguez will meet NXT's Roxanne Perez. Oh, nice. Thank you for the update, Boza. And I know our councilman is happy that his client, Roxanne Perez, is going to be in this. So he'll be watching that match very, very closely. Very, very closely. So appreciate that. And like I said, still to come, we are going to see the World Tag Team title match, the War Raiders versus American Made. We're also going to hear from AJ Styles, CM Punk. We also have the two qualifying matches for the Elimination Chamber. For the women's, we have Lyra Valkyria taking on Bayley. We also have Rey Mysterio taking on Logan Paul. So lots of action to come. Yeah, Boza, I think our wonderful councilman may have to hop on next week. If his client, Roxanne Perez, with the fact that his client, Roxanne Perez, is wrestling next Monday on Raw, and also with the fact it's the Raw after NXT Vengeance, I would think he would be on this one. But going back to the tag team match, it looks like Raquel. Well, no, Io Sky. She's trying to get some offense on Raquel, trying to put a submission hold on her. Trying to get the tag into Dakota Kai. Ooh, tag is made to Dakota Kai. Let's see. Dakota Kai is really showing some really good offense in this tag team match. She's really have shown, and definitely with the fact she's shown a lot of improvement in the finals match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship match between her and Lyra. She really has been solid so far. Looks like Liv Morgan's trying to get some advantage, but Dakota Kai, oof, nasty kick to Liv Morgan. Oh, Raquel blocked it. That's a nasty spot. All right, and I don't know what ads you guys are watching on Netflix, but apparently I have a Hims.com commercial, but definitely back on commercial on the 2-minute, but we'll see on that. And speaking of that, we're going to take a quick break too. So feel free to check out the merch that we have on WWT Live and also our sponsor at All Caribbean Wrestling.
Hey, yo, you. Yeah, you that's watching this. You sitting on the couch staring at the screen not knowing what you want to do like this is an online college. Are you tired of wearing shirts that make you look like an extra stuck in catering? Do you want to step your wrestling swag game up to the next level? Then Women's Wrestling Talk has got you covered. Like literally. Are you for life in pink or black and white? Or maybe you're the EST and people need to respect you accordingly. Want to put some pride in your stride and show off the muscle in your hustle? Then make sure you check out the WWT store. Not now, but right now. Alright? What you waiting for? Head to www.talkpodstore.com and don't make me fight you. Shit.
This episode of Women's Wrestling Talk has been brought to you by All Caribbean Wrestling. Catch the wave. Go to allcaribbeanwrestling.com to check out all the latest pay-per-views or go on the YouTube page at All Caribbean Wrestling. Also, go and check out their socials on Instagram at All Caribbean Wrestling and on X at All Caribbean WR1.
Definitely want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, All Caribbean Wrestling. If you did not heard, they are definitely getting ready for their first big event on March 1st. If you missed WWT Live, Professor was talking about it. So feel free to check out our sponsor, All Caribbean Wrestling, and all the good work that they are doing in the world. So just waiting for this ad to finish because this was a good tag team match. Very good, solid tag team match between Liv Morgan and Raquel taking on Io and Dakota Kai. A lot of offense between them. So just waiting for the 9-second mark to end so we can get back to resuming the match. Jeff Meadowling says, I'm pulling for Bailey and Logan Paul to qualify for Elimination Chamber. Yeah, I'm pulling for, as much as I love Lyra Valkyria, I am going to pull for Bailey. And I know Professor always thinks I'm crazy and wants shenanigans, but I just feel like that match is going to have so many shenanigans because it's a possibility we may see Roxanne. Also, maybe Ivy now, considering Ivy is eyeing Lyra Valkyria's Intercontinental Championship. So there's a lot of shenanigans that could happen in that match. I don't know. We shall see. But heading back to the match between tag team action, and we see, let's see. Oh, tag made to Io Sky and Liv Morgan. I feel like these two have really good chemistry with each other in the ring. And you could tell by some of the matches that they had from last week to when they met at Saturday night's main event, when they locked eye to eye with each other. I feel like they have developed a lot of anger and chemistry between Io and Liv Morgan. And that's why she's called the Genius of the Sky. That's why she's called it. I could see Lyra versus Ivy at the Chamber. Yeah, I can definitely see that match. I can definitely see them going at it. I can really see Lyra. And here comes Io. The crowd is really on their feet for Io Sky. This has to be it, is it? 1, 2, kick out by Liv. And then showing the replay again. And here she is. Is she going to do the moonsault? Ooh. Blocked by Liv Morgan. Is she going to end it right here? Kick out by Morgan. Ooh. Oof. Counter made by Liv and Raquel. Liv Morgan. Double team. This has to be it. Has to be it. Kick out by Io. Thought the match was over, but those girls are still trucking. And there's the double team. People, and also a fact, they were former tag team champions, Raquel and Liv, so they know each other very well. Ooh, taking Raquel outside the ring. All right, Dakota Kai. Ooh, nice move. Kick out. Well, actually, not kick out. Raquel made the save. Ooh. Raquel's using Liv Morgan as a battering ram. Double team. Ooh. Oblivion. This has to be it. Kick out by, ooh, kick to the face by Io. This is a really good match. This is a really good women's tag team match. And I agree, Jeff. It is a really good one. And oh my goodness, Liv Morgan's busted open. Very rarely I ever see her get busted open, but whew, she got busted open pretty bad. And the fans are chanting, "This is awesome." It just makes me happy to see women's tag team wrestling getting that response. It makes me very, very happy. And Io Sky had the tag. Let's see, Dakota Kai. Code Breaker. These two ladies are going at it. Tried to go for Oblivion, but Io countered. Moonsault. This has to be it. 1, 3. Io Sky, Dakota Kai picked up the win. That makes me happy to see. There we go. And your winners for this incredible tag team match, Io Sky, Dakota Kai. Oh my God. I wonder why doesn't or have why AEW has great. Jeff, I'm trying to understand this because I could actually jump in on this. Oh, sorry. I was paying attention to the commentary between Pat McAfee and Michael Cole. Just to reiterate, Jeff, because I can attest to this as someone that is a frequent watcher of AEW, and I know there has been some constructive criticism with the entire women's division as a whole, but the last couple of weeks have been some pretty good, solid matches. Last week we had a good match between Queen Aminata and my client, the timeless one, Toni Storm. Even though she dressed up as Tony May, it was a really good match. And also, Mercedes Moné actually had some series of matches with Chris Statlander, which was a very, very good. And also, a couple weeks ago, Jamie Hager had a match with Julia Hart, and that was a pretty solid match between those two ladies. So I just think it has been booking-wise very hard to figure out what do you want out of the women's division. And also because you have to figure out who are your main pillars. Like who are the main pillars that actually are going to drive the AEW women's division. Because on paper they have a solid roster. It just needs to be executed properly. So I'm definitely pulling for all the women in that division because I do think there is something there that can be creative, that can be special, and also making sure that not only utilizing not just the CBS, but also the AEW Women's Championship, and also creating storylines that actually don't have to involve both titles. So I'm happy to talk more on that on Wednesdays. Watch along during Dynamite. But thank you for pointing that out. I'm going through this. They're showing the highlights from what happened at not just the Royal Rumble, but after the Royal Rumble, where Kevin Owens gave a pile driver to Sami Zayn. And he talked about that last Friday, saying Sammy's not my friend anymore, and just go on as usual being a heel. And I think this is the best heel version of Kevin Owens. This is probably his best heel version. But we see Lyra Valkyria and Bayley. It's going to be a fun match between these two ladies. And I did love the throwback that Lyra did when she met Bayley at a meet and greet. I thought that was really, really cool. And now she gets to wrestle one of the women that she met. And it's coming to you from Nashville, Tennessee. So we get to kick off one of our qualified matches. That's a big upset. Damage Control beat the self-proclaimed #1 contenders. Yeah, that's a big upset by Dakota Kai and Io Sky. So the women's tag team division is cooking up. Bianca Belair and Naomi. You got some challengers, and also hopefully we find out what happened with Jade. I just hope we find out what happens sooner than later. Sammy's neck is messed up. I think Sammy and Kevin will be a WrestleMania program. I could see that because March 1st is approaching. March 1st is approaching, and the Elimination Chamber is in Toronto. I mean, we could see a little sneaky preview of those two, but I definitely for sure see a WrestleMania match between the two of them, and I think that would be fire with them because Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn have a lot of bad blood history between the two of them. So we shall see what happens, and wish Sammy, or as Councilman calls him, Mick Foley Jr., a speedy recovery, and hopefully we get to see him back in the ring soon. The match that Professor teased you on, saying you thought there would be shenanigans. Well, I do think there's going to be shenanigans in this match. I just sense it because, of course, you have, because remember, it's a final Monday before NXT Vengeance because Roxy, she still has a bone to pick with Bayley. Ivy now wants Lyra's Intercontinental Championship. So there's a lot of elements that could be played into this match too. But I don't know. I guess because whenever I see a match and always see some of the backstory happening before the match starts, it's like I smell a lot of shenanigans in this match. I smell it. I smell some mayhem happening, but that's just me. That's just me. And also, we're almost done at the first hour of Raw since it's almost 8:45 over here in the East Coast. But it has been a fun Raw with all of you on Monday night. Normally, the mayor would be joining in, but you're joining in with Miss Courtney, your WWT PR princess. They've called me the elitist, the timeless elite, Stone Cold, whatever you want to call me. I'm filling in tonight for the mayor since he's running late for Monday Night Raw. Normally, you would see me do Wednesday night on AEW Dynamite, but for today, I'm hopping on to do my own spiel. But it's been very fun to hang out with all of you on Monday night. Do not forget, because I thought we were going to have a Tuesday Night War, but my watch along will be on Wednesday, because even though Dynamite is going to be doing a live taping tomorrow, it's going to air on Wednesday night. The only request I have is please do not give me spoilers. Do not give me any spoilers, because if you do, I will block you, and it's not fun. So my regular watch along for AEW Dynamite will be happening on Wednesday. We're also going to be doing a watch along for Grand Slam Australia this weekend. It's going to be 10:30 in the East Coast on my time. And I said to myself, I cannot miss Grand Slam Australia because we got some good matches in the land down under. So you guys might have seen us talk about this on WWT Live the past couple weeks, but A&E has a show, Legends and Future Greats, which is premiering this Sunday, 8 p.m. on A&E, and we're seeing a little preview of it where we see Gunther, the world champion, and the trainers, of course, you have is Bubba Ray Dudley, Booker T, Mickie James, and The Undertaker. So they get to make future stars, and very curious how the interaction is going to go with Gunther. That's going to be a fun one. So just make sure Legends and Future Greats are this Sunday on A&E, 8 p.m. on the East Coast, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. So we see Bayley in the ring. So we see Bayley in the ring. And also, if you did not know the announcement, she's going to be part of the 2025 NBA Celebrity All-Star Game. So that's kudos. And oh, looky. There is Roxanne Perez, the councilman's client, Miss Roxy. Look at that, Roxanne Perez. And also, as I mentioned, this Saturday is NXT Vengeance, triple threat match for the NXT Women's Championship. Julia will be defending it against Roxanne Perez and Bayley. And also next Monday, and hopefully the councilman will be on there, Roxanne Perez has a qualifying match against Raquel Rodriguez. Oh, and speaking of that, there's George Kittle. I like him. He's a tight end for the 49ers. I'm a little bit of a football fan, if you notice. Tight end for the 49ers. He's a huge wrestling fan, as you can tell, because he was at WrestleMania. He was at last year's WrestleMania in Philly, and he was very excited to see Bayley win the title. So, of course, he's in support of Bayley. And we get to see the Intercontinental Women's Champion, Lyra Valkyria. I have to say, that belt does look good on her. I think I'm just going to play this just for... I'm just going to play this for shits and giggles. Hold on, give me 1 second. I just had to play that clip because only Lyra came out. Oh my goodness. I never get tired of that clip, but here we go with our first set of qualifier matches between Bayley and the Women's Intercontinental Champion Lyra Valkyria. Also, remember, Roxanne Perez is sitting in the audience, so we don't even know what's going to happen there. But here we go with these two ladies in action one-on-one. And feel free to put in the chat on who do you think is going to win between Lyra and Bayley. Who is going to be in the Elimination Chamber? I wonder if the wrestlers that will stop try to be extra considering first place. It's a possibility. And also, I meant to say this, if you pay attention to SmackDown, there also is going to be a qualifying match this Friday on SmackDown between Naomi and Chelsea Green. So whoever wins that match gets to go to the Elimination Chamber. So Miss Chelsea Green, because it would be a nice homecoming for her because she is from Canada. Start of a busy 5-day stretch for Bayley. 3 matches in 5. Yeah, she's going to have a busy time. She has a busy stretch schedule, but if anybody can do it, it's Bayley. So, and also she's getting ready for Saturday as well. But here we go. First qualifying match for the Women's Elimination Chamber between the Intercontinental Champion Lyra Valkyria and Bayley. Okay. Vengeance has a special start time 6 p.m. Oh, thank you for that, Boza. Thank you for that. It's at 6 p.m. So that's good to know with NXT Vengeance happening this weekend. And I don't know if we're getting a watch along for that for NXT Vengeance, but hopefully the councilman will be on the edge of his seat. No problem. I saw that on the screen. Professor wasn't sure earlier if there's one for Vengeance, but thanks for doing one for Grand Slam. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I kind of had to do one for Grand Slam because when I looked at that match card, I was like, yeah, I kind of had to do one for Grand Slam. So it just had to, and some of those matches look like they're going to be fire. So why not? Why not? But we are on the ads for Monday Night Raw for NXT, and it's a good solid match so far. If you're joining tonight, you are joining one of the first qualifying matches for the Elimination Chamber on the women's side. Bayley taking on the Intercontinental Women's Champion Lyra Valkyria. And just a further reminder, Roxanne Perez is in the audience, so she'll be watching this match very, very closely. But it's a good solid match. Just waiting for the ads to finish up so we can get this on the match. And we're almost at the halfway part of 9 o'clock. Because where has the time gone? And I'm actually happy Raw is doing 2 hours of Netflix. Because you could have did the last 30 minutes, but I'm okay with them doing 2 hours of Raw on Netflix. Doesn't have to be all 3. But after this, of course, we have a men's qualifying match. Rey Mysterio and Logan Paul. We get the World Tag Team title match between the War Raiders and American Made. And we also get to hear from AJ Styles and CM Punk. So we have a lot more to come. But we're back live with the qualifying match for the women's Elimination Chamber match. And whoever wins gets to be in the chamber with alongside Alexa Bliss, Bianca Belair, and Liv Morgan. Ooh, nice counter by Lyra. Kick out by Bayley. Ooh. Ooh. Nasty, nasty move by Lyra. Oof. That was a nasty bump right there. going on the top rope. Ooh, Lyra countered that. And it looked like Bailey hurt, I think, her shoulder or elbow it was. Ooh, nice DDT from Lyra. Bailey to belly. Kick out by Lyra. Oof. Seen that replay where Lyra hit her head on the turnbuckle. That looked like a nasty hit. Okay. Ooh. Kick to the head by Bailey. One, two. Kick out by Lyra. And also, folks, if you're in the Vegas area and would like to attend WrestleMania in Vegas, individual tickets are on sale now for April 19th and 20th show. So if you're in the area and if you never experienced a WrestleMania live up close, it is the perfect opportunity to do so. So just a friendly reminder there, because I did see it posting on the TV. Here comes Lyra doing the doing a DDT. Suplex. Ooh. Don't get frustrated, Lyra. Both of them are on the top rope. Ooh, headbutt by Lyra. Oof, leg drop. Oof. That was a close call. I thought that match would have, I thought the roll of Lyra had would have been over. Oof. Lyra hit her head on the ring. My goodness. I hope that doesn't result in a concussion. Oh! Bailey, and the winner of the match is Bailey. Bailey is advancing. And we see George Kittle rooting for Bailey. As I mentioned, he was at WrestleMania last year where he cheered Bailey on for her match, her women's title match. So it's nice that, people from the Bay are supporting each other. I just hope Lyra's okay because she took a nasty hit to the head in between the ropes. So hopefully that's not too serious of an injury. and doesn't have a concussion after that. Two spots left. Shaking hands after the match between Lyra and Bayley, because that was a really good, solid match between these two ladies. Very, very solid. I do think, Lyra did not make it on the Chamber. I do see her being in Money in the Bank this year. I do see her being in Money in the Bank. So that would be very interesting to do. And also another person I can see in Money in the Bank, my poison little pixie, Candice LeRae. Because those are two ladies I could see in Money in the Bank. Because the future is so bright. So don't think of it as a sad moment. She'll be back in Money in the Bank. And also, it's a possibility she may defend the Women's Intercontinental title at WrestleMania. So, and also, we get to see a promo from Mr. Penta, who has been such a fun treat to watch on Raw. If you saw last week, Ludwig Kaiser just took out Penta. So, Ludwig Kaiser, you just got a death wish from Mr. Penta himself. Surprised that was a clean match. Bayley just pinned the WWE Intercontinental Champion. Yeah, exactly. Saying the future is still great for Lyra. Exactly. Like, the future is still great for Lyra. Because, like I said, she's going to have a match at WrestleMania. She's going to have a good one at WrestleMania. And I could see her in Money in the Bank. And we get to hear from Ludwig Kaiser after seeing that promo from Penta. So let's see what he has to say. So that was really interesting. Pete Dunne confronting Ludwig Kaiser, saying he wants to hurt Penta himself. And we saw the stare down between AJ Styles and Ludwig Kaiser. So it looks like he's coming out to the ring next. And we're going to see what AJ has on his mind since his return at the Royal Rumble match. I'm amazed how good of a speaker Pentagon is. In AEW, he had Alex. It's really interesting because that's something I did not know about Penta. Because, like, with Alex, he was a hype man and had a speaker. But I don't know. It's just really interesting to see how, like, sometimes in AEW, they never let them talk. Like, there are some superstars that can do well on the mic, but there are some that just can't. And I don't know why either, because that's one of those mysteries where it's like, we're not going to know. Because the only people that'll probably know is Penta, Tony Khan, and whoever is on the executive side of AEW. So that's always a $1 million question that be's floating around. But I was very surprised Penta could speak really good, properly, and deliver a really good promo. That's one of the things I wish they did do when he was at AEW. But, you live and you learn. and you find out what's better next. But we are at 9 o'clock. Oh my goodness. Time flies when you're having so much fun on Monday. But this is your WWE PR Princess, all things elite, your timeless elite, Stone Cold, whatever name you want to give me. I am here spending time with all of you. The mayor was running late, so I'm stepping in for Monday Night Raw, and it has been a good showing on Monday night, per se. It has been very good, solid. Of course, we kicked off with the Yeet Man, Mr. Jey Uso. Gunther, Seek attack on him, and he wants to challenge Gunther for WrestleMania. So we got our first match of WrestleMania announced already for Vegas. Jey Uso versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. And then we get to see tag team action between Dakota Kai, Io Sky taking on Liv Morgan, and Raquel Rodriguez. And those ladies brought it. They brought it. They really delivered. So proud of all four of them. And it was just so awesome to see. It makes me happy to see the women's tag team division alive and well, and the future is bright for them. We also we just finished up one of two qualifying matches between Lyra Valkyria and Bayley, as Bayley will step into the Elimination Chamber. So we shall see on that, and we got a lot more action to go to, and it's only 9 o'clock. So, and then of course we got to see some backstage action between Ludwig Kaiser and Pete Dunne, where they talked about Penta. We also got to see highlights from last Monday Night on Raw between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. So there's still a lot of action to go, but it's just so nice to see that you just know it's WrestleMania season, because there's just so much hype behind this, especially since it's going to be in Vegas this year, and the anticipation and the building gets so excited when it gets closer and closer to the actual event. So it's very, very exciting. And we get to see Lyra with Alpha Academy and Maxine. And so it looks like we're going to get a match between Lyra and Ivy Nile. It's going to be very interesting to see on that. But speaking of surprises, I have to hop in on the man that does Monday Night Raw, and I'm filling him for him. A wonderful Paul.
What's up, Courtney? Thank you for holding it down for me.
How are you on Monday?
I'm sorry, I can hear you.
I said, how are you on this Monday?
Oh, we're surviving. We are surviving. And now I get to catch up on what's going on Raw. I think we're going to get a match with AJ Styles next.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Styles has been a part of the Raw brand in quite some time.
I thought he was only going to just speak. That was it.
He's probably not wasting no time. And I thought that was a confirmed match with Lyra and Ivy already, that they were supposed to do a title match, but I know they did the Rumble spot, so that was confirmed already.
I think for that match and maybe for Elimination Chamber, but I don't think they confirmed it just yet.
Oh my God! Look at all these Penta masks in the crowd. That mask is gonna sell. Probably sell more than, I don't want to say more than Ray's, but it'll be close.
Yep, it is, because he's just so likable.
Yeah.
And here comes AJ Styles.
Really thought AJ returning would bode well for the Good Brothers being there. I know he kind of got them back in the fold last time, so that's surprising that they're part of those releases.
Yeah, we were talking about that during WWT Live, and like I said, it happened during SmackDown. I was pretty shocked that it just happened when SmackDown was going in because Electra Lopez got released, Blair Davenport got released, but I think a lot of people tend to forget that it's the business side of it because a lot of contracts happened. We don't know what the circumstances behind it, so it's not the end all be all. And plus, there's a lot of opportunities for some of the wrestlers to kind of try other things if they want to go to overseas in the promotion, if they want to try a different promotion. And plus, in the next couple of years, if they want to come back to WWE, that door is open.
Yeah, some of those, well, like in the Good Brothers case, those are older performers. They can kind of do the New Japan thing again.
Yeah.
But it's just very unfortunate to see the releases when you know the company is making money hand over fist. It's like you can afford these people to sit in the back. I mean,
Yeah.
you're not wasting money, especially with this new Netflix contract and all the money that comes in from the Saudi shows. Like you're not hurting for money from some of these performers.
No.
I think what will be interesting in certain cases is that in the last batch of releases, we saw a lot of people prop up in Ring of Honor and TNA. And in regards to the women's division, the women that were released would boost that TNA Knockouts division right away and kind of still be somewhat under a WWE umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm pretty sure we're going to see where Indy Hartwell lands, I'd say in the next month or two, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's TNA.
Yeah, TNA I could see. It's just so weird because I remember the first time I saw AJ Styles was in TNA with the X division, and just seeing him now is just crazy.
Mm-hmm. I don't know about that, Boz. I know I saw that report that they're trying to make room for call-ups, but it's like we've seen too many people get called up in the past, and I'm talking about the women's division where there was no plan. I think the only difference now is you have the mid-card belts that can kind of balance out the landscape, but there's outside of Rocks, like a lot of those women still need to boost that NXT women's division.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be an interesting angle for Blair. But I can, she's above that in my opinion. I mean, the money was right there with pairing her with the Unholy Union, and they did nothing with it.
It just pretty much dropped the ball.
You could have had them run against the big three for like a whole quarter, and nobody would have complained.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Dominic Mysterio interrupting.
Oh boy. And he's not coming alone.
Carlito could be helping the NXT men's division, man. They just got him out here running around doing nothing.
Ugh. He would be very beneficial for that men's division. I just think outside of Trick and Ethan Page, who do you have? Who do you have?
Yeah, you just need more balance in the North American title picture. Yeah, there's a lot that can be helped there. Because eventually, when those guys are gone, you argue the guy with the most experience, Wes Lee, you can probably find something for him to do on Raw or SmackDown. Okay, so this is what I missed, and we're at the top of the hour. This is what I missed. Jay picked Gunther as his counterpart for WrestleMania, and right away, trash,
Yep.
trash decision. See, we're still doing this thing where we want to protect Cody because the money is on. Oh my God, the story you tell if Jay takes that belt away from Cody, and you know you can just have John take the belt away from Gunther. Because I mean, I don't believe that they would have John go over Cody.
Mm. Yeah, he made the decision, but
I do not like that. I do not like that at all. That's so trash, man. Don't do the match that we've seen like 3 times already. Like you could have told such a great story in the build up with Jay and Cody.
Hmm.
We don't need long title reigns anymore.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
I hope Roman cost Seth that match so bad.
We shall see. And we shall see.
That'd be an awesome wrinkle as we move into Mania season. Who won the match out of Bailey and Lyra?
Bailey.
So Bailey's in the Elimination Chamber.
Mm-hmm. It's just we're just waiting on the next one between Rey Mysterio and Logan Paul. And speaking of Logan Paul,
There he is, warming up.
mm-hmm.
That is correct, Boza. Next week we'll get Roxanne Perez versus Raquel Rodriguez for a chamber spot.
Mm-hmm. And she was actually there tonight too.
Roxanne?
Mm-hmm. She was sitting in the stands.
Okay. And I can tell that's Justin Jefferson.
Mm-hmm.
So now we got AJ Styles' first match confirmed will be against Dom next week.
Mm-hmm.
Why does Braun Breaker have on a cowboy hat?
I would say maybe he fits in the culture since they're in Nashville, but I don't know. But I wouldn't mind seeing a match between these two.
Yeah, that'd be a nice match.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
So confirmed for today, we had the tag match,
Mm-hmm.
CM Punk.
Yep.
Still at the main event, Rey Mysterio and Logan Paul, Bailey and
Mm.
Lyra, then a moment from AJ Styles. Has CM Punk showed up yet?
No.
No. But the tag match between Damage Control and Liv and Raquel already happened.
Yeah, that was a really good match between all four of those ladies.
Looks like we're gonna get the Creeds versus the War Raiders now.
War Raiders for the tag team titles. Mm. That was a pretty cool move. Oh.
This is always an interesting part of Netflix because I get 3 minutes of commercials. Some people get match graphics or storyline stuff. Still very interested in the tiers of what determines that.
I have like 2-minute ads for me on Netflix. And I usually get a mix of ads in between.
Yeah, I have now it was a Slim Jim commercial, or now I have a Domino's commercial.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mostly have on mine.
Some people will get like vignettes.
That's interesting.
This rivalry has so much potential to be good.
I think it does because SmackDown, it's cooking their tag team division. I just wish I could say the same thing for Raw because you have these two, and I do think there is potential there. It's just they really need to put a lot of effort on the tag team division on Raw. They already did it for SmackDown, but I would like to see it for Raw.
Yeah, you just really need 4, maybe 5 teams to compete at a high level at all times. We have 2 here. Then you have the New Day.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you can still throw Judgment Day in there, some iteration of them. So you just need like 1 or 2 more. And then I guess since it's Monday Night Raw, they can really do better about instead of highlighting Dragon Lee and Ray, you highlight Del Toro and Wild.
Yeah, which I feel like they would be a good fit in the picture. No disrespect to Jack and Lee and Ray, but it would be nice to see them two be in action a lot more.
Right. No way. Really, Boza? They have Hogan beer commercials?
Oh yeah, you missed it. They started showing his beer commercial before you got here.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know the man had commercials.
Oh yeah.
Electra Lopez has seemingly just confirmed her release on Twitter. Said, heard any good news lately? No. Well, make it quick. I've got a packed schedule for the next 90 days.
Mm.
That's a miss. That I don't care how you shape it. That's a miss. Just throwing it back to like managers and valets. She's perfect for that. Not everybody needs to be a wrestler, but she added to what Legado del Fantasma was.
She did play an X factor to it, and I think you only seen her in the ring a few times.
Right. So probably still trying to improve backstage and at the PC, but just character work just worked out very well.
Yeah. I love the reference they made on Kurt.
I couldn't hear what did they say?
They mentioned about they used somebody, I think it was Michael Cole that mentioned Kurt Angle in a reference, because I think it was one of the moves American Made did, and they mentioned Kurt Angle's name.
They've dumbed down the Creed brothers so much.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I should have seen so many feats of strength like already. Here goes one. Okay, I spoke too soon.
Well, that was an interesting way to end the match.
At least we're going to get some back and forth between the teams before we ultimately decide if we're going to hot potato the title.
Mm-hmm. I just really want a legit storyline rivalry within Raw's tag team division. I just hope these two teams were able to do that.
Yeah.
Oof. And I know Liv Morgan had a bad spot earlier.
Yeah, I saw she got busted open.
Mm-hmm. She got busted open during the match.
She's still rocking it.
Yep.
Maybe you're the fool for not coming to help out me and Carly. Don't worry about it. Take care of AJ Styles next week. Good. You started things with AJ? You can finish it. I'm saying that. Fine. But maybe we should consider adding a new member. You've been a little short-handed on this debut. Oh, I wonder why JD's hurt. We've already discussed that. No! There'll be no new member. I'm gonna fix things around here. I'm gonna be sick. I'm gonna go on and win the Elimination Chamber. And then I'm gonna go to WrestleMania and become world champion.
Getting some feedback.
Oh.
I don't encourage you any.
Well, that's a surprise. Raw after Elimination Chamber, women's title will be on the line between Io and Rhea Ripley. Now, if there was ever a time to swerve us going into Mania, that would be a good time to do so.
Mm-hmm. I don't have a problem with that match. And we're gonna hear from
surprising because there's a lot of time between Mania and Elimination Chamber. You got to remember everything's like a month later.
Mm-hmm.
So now we've already gotten through our Saturday night main events, and I don't think there's going to be any other announcements. So let's just say from Elimination Chamber, we'll have a solid month and a half until Mania. So to put a title match right there, I mean, it shouldn't be with Netflix. You can't be too sure. Like they want to keep the ratings high and not just rest on their laurels. So it wouldn't shock me, but it would be a shocker if they took the belt off Rhea before Mania. Now, who's to say that Charlotte doesn't pick Rhea again and now she has to retract because Io becomes champion? I don't know. There's so many things that they can like switch around between now and Mania. I don't think plans are. There's all these rumors about like what they're talking about backstage. I don't think anything is concrete.
No. And it probably won't be until it gets closer to WrestleMania.
Even the whole Jay Gunther thing being announced here in a week after the Rumble, I feel like that can even change
Mhm.
depending on how public perceives it.
And also with Charlotte, because she's going to be watching that match closely on Friday between Tiffany and Nia Jax. And she probably won't make her decision until after NXT Vengeance Day, because she was on NXT last week. So I wouldn't be surprised if she was watching that triple threat match with Julia, Roxy, and Bailey.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, not to be overlooked. I'll pose this question to the chat. Dom says the Judgment Day should add a new member.
I wouldn't have a problem with that, considering we don't know how long JD is going to be out for. It's just the question is who would be able to fit the mold of the Judgment Day.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who would be a seamless transition there.
Mm.
Penta and Pete Dunne next week.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be a good solid match between those two.
Triple H tweeting it out. Oh God, I hope they don't make that. I hope they switch off for that match.
Which one? The Jay versus Gunther?
Jay and Gunther, yeah.
Oh,
And just like that, it's main event time.
yep.
I think the odds-on favorite from seeing the Royal Rumble, the odds-on favorite have to be that people want to see John Cena get 17.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta feel like John wins. I don't know if he wins at Mania if he goes there. The only other way you can make this whole John Cena stuff not competing for a title at Mania is if you have John Cena compete against Joe Hendry for the TNA title on a WrestleMania stage. But even then, that doesn't count. That doesn't count as 17. It'd be a nice story. It'd be a good publicity for TNA.
Mm-hmm.
Fun match probably, but it truthfully does not count.
we had a discussion about this today on WWT Live because we thought John should chase the title a lot more better in the coming months because it's like it kind of would help his retirement tour, so it doesn't have to get it right away. Because if he wins the title, what else is left for him to do?
You get a John Cena run.
Well, yeah, John.
You get John Cena. Think about it. The way I think about it is, you get like a true John Cena run at the overseas shows, entering the show as champion in front of crowds that will probably celebrate him like the States have never done. Like the optics would look so much better if they did that.
It would be, but
because if you let's say you copy paste the Sting thing and it's like he's chasing title for the years to win it at his last match, I mean, it would have to be a legitimate chase, meaning that John is legitimately on these PLEs competing for a title every PLE after Mania. And I don't know if you want to corner yourself that way with that type of booking, knowing that, hey, he's chasing, but he's not going to win.
question is, if he gets the title, does he want to drop it to somebody or does he want to retire it?
Knowing the way John Cena has been the past few years, stuff like that, I think he would want to put somebody over on his way out, but it would have to be somebody that would actually utilize it.
Mm-hmm.
Like we saw it didn't do much for Solo. We saw it didn't do much for Austin Theory to beat him at Mania.
Mm-hmm.
So the person that retires John Cena has to be somebody that can actually carry that banner.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I feel like it has to be one of your NXT crop that you're betting on for like the next decade. So to me, that has to be like a Breaker or a Mello.
Mm-hmm.
Boza, correct me. Has Rey Mysterio wrestled every Netflix match? Like a match on every Netflix show? I feel like he has. Any prediction for who wins this match, Courtney?
I'm much as I would love Ray, I got to pick Logan Paul. As much, I mean, I would love Ray to be in the chamber, but I got to pick Logan Paul.
Whew. I can see that just because you got the spots Logan can do inside the structure. Also, the idea of him getting beat up by all those superstars. But I'm still kind of on the fence because I'm trying to figure out how. I know we talked about this like a week or so ago that Ray is one of the first people to be like kind of an active Hall of Famer still performing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, how does he go out? And that's why I asked if he's been on every Netflix show. Because what if he just works like a full campaign and just goes out quietly? Like no celebration, no like pomp and
Mm-hmm.
circumstance. It's like he just wrestled his last match quietly on on a Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, or even like a Saturday main event. Like maybe he doesn't want the celebratory, hey, this is my final lap type thing because he's already in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, I wouldn't mind for him to do it quietly. Like he's done it all. And I feel like that's something that he could do. Or I don't this may be a long shot, but I wouldn't mind him seeing wrestle his son Dom before he rides up to the sunset, but that's just me. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind him having his final match with his own son.
Because Ray is now what 3-2 versus Dom.
Yep.
Oh yeah, they fought for the U.S. title before.
Mm-hmm. And Logan Paul won.
Did they air another one, Bozo?
Hmm.
Because I wasn't paying attention to your commercials this go around, but I didn't see a Hogan beer commercial.
Mm-hmm.
That pisses me the fuck off. Logan Paul being a 90 in a video game when I think we've seen him wrestle, let's just call it less than 20 matches since he's been a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's insane. That is why 90 is wild.
I don't even know who does those ratings for the game. 90, that's a bit of a stretch. I can see like probably like 85 or 80 or 70.
If it was 80s, that says enough for me that he was a champion. When I see 90s, that's relegated towards like your absolute top of the top stars.
Mm-hmm.
Like Charlotte could be a 90. I wouldn't bat an eye. But like 90 and
Mm-hmm.
above, you're talking about like your Seths, your Punks, your Romans. Like that's like you're looking at me and telling me that Logan Paul probably has a higher ranking than he might have a higher ranking than Gunther. He might have a higher ranking than Braun Breaker.
Mm-hmm.
It's nuts. It's insane. Probably has a higher ranking than Jacob Fatu.
Oh my god. Hmm.
They've had a few missteps in this match already that kind of
Hmm.
throwing off timing.
Yeah, there was miscues.
Okay, that's impressive. That's
That's
pretty
pretty dope. That was a pretty dope move.
backflip fall away slam is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Only ever really seen Scott Steiner do those back in the day.
Mm. Mm.
Hmm.
Mm. 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 Oof.
Yeah, you got some distance on that. I can't even hate on that.
I know. Nice counter. That was a nice power bomb he did.
Yeah, you don't see Ray pull stuff like that out often.
Nope.
Why are we doing this, man?
Man.
We're still doing this thing where Logan Paul has a right hand, even though he doesn't know how to actually throw a punch.
Whoa.
All right. No antics, no cheating to win. Logan Paul defeats Rey Mysterio for a shot in the Elimination Chamber. So I think that means there's only one spot left that'll be decided between Finn and Seth Rollins.
There's actually two because SmackDown's having a match this Friday.
Oh, who's in it? Oh, another triple threat.
Yeah, Damian Priest versus Jacob Fatu versus
Braun,
Braun Strowman.
So yeah, likely people to be in it is Damian and Seth.
Oh my goodness. That's the last thing Seth wants. He has to deal with Logan Paul and CM Punk.
Yeah. And here goes our lower thirds with Paul Levesque and Lee Fitting, which lets us know we're getting out of here in 2.5 hours. Oh man. Hey y'all, 3-hour Raws ain't coming back. That's what I've learned.
No. I'm okay with 2 hours. Oh.
So that was a weird way to end the show. We ended the show. And I'm pretty sure the socials will be all over that. Kofi and Woods attacking Ray after the match. So I'm pretty. Yeah. I like the way they do that, though. You give me more things to sink my teeth into on the social. So the rivalry between the New Day and Rey Mysterio is still continuing. I got an appointment at 8:00, so we're gonna get into this post show real quick. Talk about what happened. As you saw, our next contender for the men's elimination chamber is Logan Paul after defeating Rey Mysterio. Before that, CM Punk came out to the crowd to announce his intentions for WrestleMania and pretty much letting us know that he has to punch his ticket only way he knows how, and that's through the men's elimination chamber, and that he's looking for Cody If you saw that promo a couple weeks ago, he's not looking to stab Cody in the back, but stab him in the front. So if you're keeping score, Men's Elimination Chamber right now does have CM Punk, has Drew McIntyre, has John Cena, and now Logan Paul, with 2 more spots on deck, with one of them to be determined next Monday on Monday Night Raw between Finn and Seth Rollins, and a triple threat between Braun Strowman, Jacob Fatu, and Damian Priest. Of the women's Elimination Chamber, we know we got the match between Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez coming next week. Tonight we had Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, which Bayley was victorious entering the fold, now joining, I believe, Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, and I'm missing a name.
Bianca Belair.
Yeah, and Bianca Belair.
Mm-hmm.
Elimination Chamber's filling up pretty nicely. I know we had Damage Control taking on Liv and Raquel Rodriguez, so I think that's telling that Damage Control won that match, just because they might be pushing us further away from Raquel and Liv actually being contenders for the women's tag team belt. So don't know when the next time those titles will be defended. Don't know what this means for the Jade storyline that's seemingly been forgotten, because I know Naomi has a shot to get into the chamber as well. But Liv and Bianca being in the chamber means that we're probably pushing the tag titles to the side for a while. After that match, we now know that Rhea Ripley will give Io Sky a chance at her title after the Elimination Chamber. So it's going to be the Monday Night Raw after the Elimination Chamber in 3 weeks. You'll probably have a main event between Rhea Ripley and Io Sky headlining that program. Other things we saw in the evening. Tag team action, tag team titles. I keep wanting to say the Viking. The War Raiders took on the Creed brothers in a very strong match that led to no finish, which is a good thing because that's a program that the Raw roster needs with these tag teams. While Chad Gable is off trying to master the dark arts of Lucha Libre, and we don't know how long he'll be gone doing that, he wants to see some gold on his understudies. So the Creed brothers are looking to have a rivalry with the War Raiders, which the tag team division on Raw needs, and it seems like Ivy now is gunning for that women's Intercontinental Championship that is now held by Lyra Valkyria. What else am I missing? We also had a moment backstage. So I did mention the Roxanne Raquel match next week. We have Finn and Seth Rollins. Next week, we're also going to get Pete Dunne versus Ludwig Kaiser after a moment they had backstage. I believe they had a moment that was not featured in that first hour. I think it happened on the pre-show, which we know is main event. So I think one of these guys, I think Ludwig might have took on Penta on main event, because I did see some social stuff where George Kittle was in that Nashville audience with his Penta mask on, doing the Sierra Meadow with Penta in ring. So if you like main event like I do, that airs on Wednesdays. You can probably catch that and see why we are going to get Pete Dunne versus Ludwig Kaiser next week. We did get AJ Styles talking about his road to recovery, and AJ Styles is still a pint-sized ball of muscle. Don't know what he's doing at this age to obtain all that muscle mass, but man looks in good shape. He was interrupted by one Dominic Mysterio and Carlito, and they tried to get the jump on him, and that's going to lead us to AJ Styles taking on Dirty Dom next week in AJ Styles' first match on Raw, and I don't know how many years. Bose is correcting me, saying it was Penta and Grayson Waller that will be on main event. We opened the show, where I probably have my biggest axe to grind. Jey Uso, your men's Royal Rumble winner, opening up the show. No qualms about that. We're going to do the Yeet. We're going to do the Yeet Encore. That's going to be a thing now going forward. Jey was ambushed by Gunther, and Jey, letting his emotions get the better of him, has now chosen Gunther for his opponent at WrestleMania. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. I think we can do a lot better storytelling, but maybe, you know what? I'll do the fan thing. Let's let it play out. Let's wait and see. Let's just see what happens. And maybe third time's a charm, fourth time's a charm for their chemistry together. You can only get better chemistry when you work with somebody. So maybe they put on such a spectacle. But Courtney held me down for the first hour. I was dealing with some family stuff before I can show up. what was your take on tonight's Monday Night Raw? And I guess, did you have a favorite moment of Monday Night Raw? We are now, we can call it that. We're now a month and a half into the Netflix era.
Oh boy. I did enjoy the women's tag team match. That was pretty much insane. Seeing the fans really get into it, because the fans chanting, "This is awesome." It was really great. Also, an opportunity for Lyra to take on Bailey. That was a really fun match to see. And even though we got to see Roxanne sitting at ringside, but it was also nice to see George Kittle being at ringside, because he was actually at Bailey's match last year at WrestleMania when he saw her win the championship. So it was nice to see George Kittle. It was really nice. And also, I know everybody's like iffy about Jay choosing Gunther, but I'm going to let this play out and see where this goes. Because, on paper, people always say, "Oh, this is the worst thing ever." But then when it kind of starts to expand a little bit, it's like, okay, we get it. It starts to be the best thing ever. So I'm going to let this play out, because we can see a similar situation that happened last year with Sammy and Gunther for the Intercontinental title. And I actually like the chase. And also, this could be an opportunity for Jay to really step up to the plate, because, Gunther has beaten him previously, but I like to see this play out. And I think with them, they do have chemistry with each other. And this could be something that could be built up to a good, solid match for WrestleMania.
It could be. I think the build is probably where they want to make the most money on that rivalry. It gives Gunther like the perfect positive protagonist. But I think Gunther is now 1-1 at WrestleMania.
Yes.
He won the triple threat with the Intercontinental title reign, and then he lost to Sammy. So I guess it's not the worst thing in the world if you lose to, quote unquote, the biggest star in the company on the biggest stage. Me personally, I think it's a better story if John was to do it, because then you can tie it back to the whole Super Cena thing. But maybe there's a deeper thing going on for John. And I know he's out in Hungary shooting that movie. So I think I read a tweet that said when he's done shooting that movie, he will actually feel like a regular weekly character, because the rest of his dates that are confirmed will line up with every week for the rest of the year. So I guess we got to kind of wait and see what type of John run we're going to get. Again, we got some solid matches next week. Raquel versus Roxanne Perez, Elimination Chamber qualifier. I know Naomi has a qualifier on Friday. We also are going to have Ludwig Kaiser versus Pete Dunne next week.
I think it's Penta versus Pete Dunne.
Is it Penta? Because they already wrestled once.
Oh, well, I think I could have sworn I saw that, because it was Penta versus Pete Dunne. Okay,
maybe it is. Okay, both that's confirmed. It's Penta versus Pete Dunne next week. So a rematch, essentially, of Penta's of 2 weeks ago. Then we're going to get AJ Styles versus Dominic Mysterio. I'm pretty sure you'll get some Braun Breaker influence on that match, since we saw the moment between Braun and AJ tonight. And then we're also going to have Finn Balor taking on Seth Rollins for another entry into the men's Elimination Chamber, which by that time that will be the final spot that needs to be filled after Friday, when we get Damian Priest, Braun Strowman, and Jacob Fatu. Women's Elimination Chamber, as we continue to fill it, I do know from reports that Trish Stratus is supposed to be involved in that match in some form or fashion. So I think we're going to see a Trish match here in the next couple of weeks for that one of those spots, just because the Elimination Chamber is in Vancouver. So I'm looking forward to that.
Especially since it's their 25-year tour.
We're losing all our legends. Ray's gonna be gone soon. John's gonna be gone. No more Trish. And yep, I'm stuck with the boat.
We were just talking about her too during WWT Live.
Yeah, we'll plug the boat here on WWT. We don't, she needs some help. But Courtney, where can the people support you and everything you got going on?
Oh boy, well, they know They notify me here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on WWT Live. They're going to be giving a double treat because Wednesday I am doing a watch along for Dynamite because tomorrow they're doing a live taping in Texas. Please do not give me any spoilers for Wednesday. Please do not give me any spoilers because I will delete you. I will be doing a watch along Wednesday. I will also be doing a watch along for Grand Slam on Saturday from Australia because that card looks pretty solid. And I think from looking at it, I get to do a watch along for that. So you do not want to miss it. You can also follow me on @CourtneyNJ11 on Twitter and Instagram because I got some content happening in the coming weeks. You can also follow Bell to Bell and ISPW Wrestling because I will be doing a lot of work with them in the coming months. So feel free to follow those two organizations from the Garden State of New Jersey.
Nice. And of course, you can catch me here Mondays for the Raw Watch Along with, of course, your Monday Night Mare. I try to pop in throughout the week on WWT Live, mostly on Wednesdays and Fridays now that I'm doing this watch along. Check out all the writings and musings that I have on my website, tedweldon.com. I promise I will start writing more wrestling-related content. In fact, if you guys are so obliged to that, give me some topics you want me to write about, and I'll just bring something up. But until then, I got to start getting better at doing like our predictions and things like that before every PLE and gathering all that data from our cast members here at WWT Live. I will plug my tag team partner who actually did show up to work 3 times last week. So congratulations to Jacob and Lawrence. Find him on _J Della. Look at his Anscape writings. He just dropped a new sneaker article just last week. Give him some love on that. And of course, support. I saw the professor did have some stuff that he has going on. Support his podcast network. That's a really big deal. Check out the Bonafide Podcast Network. I think he said at bonafide.com. That's really cool. There's a lot of great stuff happening here at WWT Live. We're going to keep giving you guys great content on this road to WrestleMania and beyond. And hopefully you'll start seeing some of our faces out at some of these events as well. Thank you guys for joining us, keeping it locked with us for these past couple hours here on the Raw Watch Along. We'll be back on Wednesday for Courtney's Watch Along with Dynamite as well as WWT Live. Appreciate you guys joining us. This has been Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet. Until next time.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.